Blinders is a mobile application that provides blind dates, but for the activity, not the partner. It's a new way to try new things, get out of the same old routine, and save time deciding what to do. My name's Evan Laird, and I'm the CEO and founder of Blinders. I'm a sophomore accounting student at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, and I'm training to become an iOS developer. I have plenty of advisors that are willing to help this application succeed. David G., William Dugan, and Elena Platt are all seasoned entrepreneurs, whereas David G. specializes in marketing and sales. William Dugan specializes in strategy and market analysis, and Elena Platt has a PhD in computer science. My uncle, Eric Hagemeyer, is willing to help with the finances and legal side of business. He was a practicing CPA and is now a lawyer specializing in mergers, acquisitions, and venture capital deals. Every time I was with my friends or my girlfriend, we always wanted to go out and try new things, but we could never think of or find anything to do. This led us to staying in and doing the same thing, time after time after time. My friends and I, we would just play video games. And my girlfriend and I, well, we would just watch Netflix. That led to plenty days looking like this and even this. This started to damage our relationship. And led to plenty of fights and arguments, as you can imagine. So I started looking, and I couldn't find anything to solve this problem, and that's where Blinders was born. It turns out that this problem is a problem majority of people have. Only 7% of the people I interviewed said that their routine wasn't boring or stale. And if you look at the chart, you can see United States divorce rates, which is between 40 and 50%, and a major problem in American society. To solve this problem, you could go to counseling, but that's time-consuming and expensive. And besides, wouldn't you rather go on a fun experience with your partner than sit on a couch and argue with them? Now, these experiences allow you to learn new things about your partner and bring you back to that honeymoon phase of when you first started dating. Blinders is looking to rejuvenate romance that has fallen trapped to these boring and stale routines. Like I said, our solution is a mobile application that provides blind dates, but for the activity. So let's say you want to go on a date. First, you download Blinders, log in with Facebook or email, and it'll take you to our homepage where you can click Find an Experience. From there, you enter the city you're closest to, the date and time you want to go on a date, what kind of activity you want to go on, and your budget. You then click Find an Experience. From there, our algorithms will match you with a perfect experience for your profile and your circumstances. We'll then give you some preparatory advice, such as what you'll need, attire, average drive time to destination, and other if there is any. You can then either save the date for a later time, or you can get directions now. We'll then give you turn-by-turn directions to your destination, but we won't tell you what you're doing until you get there. Using geolocation, once you arrive, we'll pop up an alert that'll tell you what your activity is and what you're going to be doing. From there, you go out and you have fun on your date. Next time you log back into Blinders, this page will pop up asking you to rate your experience between 0 and 5, so our algorithms can always bring back the best dates. And you can also share your experience straight to social media. Our target adopters are people ages 18 to 35 that are in extended relationships or marriages. 93% of these people said that that their routine does get boring or stale. There are 184 million adults in the United States that are in relationships, and 65 million of those are part of our target adopters. Apple's App Store serves over 94 million iPhones in the United States, and that is continuously increasing. And that increases to over 300 million worldwide. We are able to scale globally due to the use of Foursquare's or Yelp's public API, which allows us access to millions of dates worldwide. Our revenue model is 99 cents per use. So every single time you go on one of these dates, it would cost you 99 cents. Or you can opt for a monthly subscription of $3.99, where you get unlimited dates. We also have a revenue stream of advertising and big data. We're going to be collecting a lot of information from our users about their budget, their interests, their distance willing to travel, and location, and that can be very valuable to some advertising agencies. Some of our main competitors are Groupon, Yelp, Living Social, and Peak. Although none of these are direct competitors because they don't offer the same blind date experience we do. A couple of key milestones for us are our iOS beta release, which we're looking at around June, our iOS full commercial launch, which we're looking at in September, and our Android full commercial launch, which we're looking at in about a year. A quick look at our profit and loss statement, you can see upon initial projections that the first year we're projecting a little over 50% net profit percentage, and our second and third years, a little over 60%. We are currently seeking $200,000 in smart money for back-end software development, algorithm development, and our initial marketing launch. Do the judges have any questions?
So you said that 93% report that their relationships are boring or stale. Do you know how many or how many, what the percentages of people who are actually actively trying to do something to get out of the boring or stale?
When I did my customer interviews, I did ask them, what was your current solution? And not too many people were able to answer that problem or answer that question. They didn't really have necessarily a current solution.
So they know it's a problem, but they don't have the activation energy to make a switch.
Currently through my customer interviews, yes, right now. But I believe it's because they're not necessarily aware of the problem that they're having.
How are you populating the date options?
Through Foursquare or Yelp's public API, they have a public API that lets me access all of their activities, dates, and experiences that they have on their websites and apps.
So you mentioned on there the statistics about divorce rates. Is the goal of the app to improve that rate, or is it?
Yes, definitely. We're hoping that blinders can end up lengthening relationships and creating happier and more fulfilling relationships, because I feel like a lot of the reason people break up or get divorced is because you just get bored and sick of each other. And I believe it's just because you're always doing the same routine, sitting in and watching Netflix, like I said. So getting them out and trying new things and doing new experiences like they did when they first started dating, I think that can really rejuvenate the romance.
And as a user, am I locked into the suggestion, or can I scroll or kind of reject it and keep browsing for different suggestions?
Currently right now, if you see the preparatory advice and you don't really like what it says, it doesn't seem to necessarily fit you, you do not have to go on that date. You don't pay until once you get the directions, so you can back out from there.
In your customer interviews, did you propose the idea that this would be a blind activity? Did anybody kind of speak to their interest of this being a blind activity? You don't know where you're going to go, you don't know what you're going to do?
Yeah, I laid out in my customer interviews a little description of what it is, and they said it would be really intriguing and they would definitely try this out. It's a fresh new idea that they at least want to try, and we'll be allowing them to try to go on a date at least once for free. So that's a way to get them really into the app.
Did you do between your demographic was 18 to 35. Did you do interviews along that whole range? And if so, did there seem to be a segmentation of people that may be more or less interested in components of it?
Definitely. I feel like the younger part of that demographic was a little more interested in it, just because they're more willing to go out and be adventurous, and everyone knows that millennials are known for wanting experience instead of necessarily material things and wanting to go and be adventurous. So I noticed that between 18 and 25, there was a really large amount of people that would love the app, and a lot of my friends and people that go to the university that I've talked to about it have definitely said they would love to use this. Thank you.